The red light on my webcam turned on before I was ready. For half a second, I froze. My hand hovered over the keyboard, finger trembling near the end stream button, like I could still escape if I wanted to. My chest felt tight, breath shallow, heart slamming so hard I swore my MIC would pick it up. I glanced at the mirror beside my monitor. And that's when it hit me. That wasn't the face my viewers had known for years. Soft foundation hid the roughness I'd always hated. Eyeliner shaped my eyes into something expressive, something alive. My lips were glossy, slightly parted, like I was about to confess a secret I'd been swallowing my whole life. Long brown hair framed my face, brushing my shoulders every time I moved. I didn't look like a joke. I didn't look like a costume. I looked right. What am I doing? My mind screamed. The chat popped up. Stream starting? Yo, you live. New cam angle. My stomach dropped. I adjusted my hoodie nervously, suddenly aware of how different it felt against my skin. Not like armor anymore. More like an invitation. The OBS timer started counting. 5, 4, 3. I leaned closer to the camera, eyes locking with my own reflection in the screen. If they see you like this, I whispered to myself, barely audible, there's no going back. The countdown hit 0. Hey, everyone, I said, my voice softer than usual, natural, unforced. The chat paused for half a second. Then it exploded. Wait. Bro? Why do you sound different? My pulse raced as I stared at the scrolling messages, heat rushing to my cheeks. I had gone live as someone new. And for the first time in my life, I didn't want to hide. Next morning, I woke up like nothing had happened. Same alarm. Same ceiling fan humming above me. Same phone buzzing with work notifications. For a few seconds, I almost convinced myself last night was just a dream. Then my phone vibrated again. New follower. Clipped your stream. Is the streamer a girl now? My stomach twisted. Reality came rushing back all at once. At work, everything felt louder. Brighter. Too close. I caught myself sitting differently, hands folded instead of spread out, legs crossed without thinking. Every movement felt exposed, like people could somehow see what I'd done the night before. Bro, you good? My coworker asked, glancing at me. You're quiet today. I forced a laugh. Yeah. Just tired. But inside, my mind was screaming. They don't know. They can't know. Every time someone walked past my desk, my chest tightened. What if they recognized my voice? What if they'd seen the clip? What if the version of me I'd released into the world last night followed me here? During lunch break, I locked myself in a bathroom stall and opened my phone. The comments were split. Some confused. Some supportive. Some cruel. Why is he pretending? This feels fake. But honestly, she's cute. Respect for having the guts. My hands shook as I scrolled. Part of me wanted to disappear, delete the stream, delete the channel, delete her like she was a mistake. Another part of me felt something dangerous. Pride. When I got home, my room felt different. Smaller. Like it knew my secret now. I dropped my bag, sat in my gaming chair, and stared at the monitor. The wig lay folded on the bed. Makeup still neatly arranged where I'd left it. I walked over slowly, fingertips brushing the fabric of the top I'd worn. My heart whispered, you survived. But fear answered back, what happens next time? My phone buzzed again. A message from chat, are you streaming tonight? I stared at the screen, breath caught between panic and excitement. Because going live again didn't just mean playing a game. It meant choosing who I was going to be. That night, I locked my door. Not because anyone was coming, but because my heart needed the illusion of safety. The room was quiet except for the soft whir of my PC fans cooling down. I stood in the middle of the floor, still in my work clothes, staring at the bed like it was holding a dare meant only for me. Slowly, almost ceremonially, I changed. First the shirt, buttons undone one by one, each click echoing louder than it should have. Then the pants, folded carefully, like I was afraid of disrespecting the person I was becoming. When I pulled the soft top over my head, the fabric brushed my skin differently than anything I'd worn before. It clung in places I'd never paid attention to. It noticed me. My breath hitched. This is wrong, a voice in my head said. This is new, another corrected. I sat at my vanity, really just my desk repurposed, and turned on the lamp. Warm light filled the room, erasing harsh shadows, making everything gentler. I picked up the eyeliner, hand shaking. Okay, I whispered. Slow. The first line was crooked. I laughed under my breath and wiped it away. The second was better. By the third, my hands had stopped trembling. Each stroke felt like permission. Foundation softened my face. Blush warmed my cheeks. Lip gloss caught the light when I smiled, really smiled, at myself. Then came the wig. I adjusted it carefully, tugging it into place, fingers sinking into the strands. When I looked up, my chest tightened. There she was again. Not a mask. Not a joke. Me. I stood up, walked to the mirror, and turned side to side. I practiced expressions. A shy smile. A confident one. I tilted my head, played with posture, let my shoulders relax instead of hunching forward. I could go live like this, I murmured. The thought sent a spark through me, half terror, half thrill. I sat back in my gaming chair, pulled the mic closer, and whispered my own name, the new one, just to hear how it felt in my mouth. It felt dangerous. It felt honest. For the first time, I wasn't dressing to hide. I was dressing to see myself. Saturday came faster than I expected. No work. No excuses. I woke up with that tight, buzzing feeling in my chest, the kind you get before an exam, or a confession you can't take back. Sunlight leaked through the curtains, landing right on the chair where I'd laid out everything the night before. The outfit. The wig. The quiet promise I'd made to myself. Just a small step, I told myself. You don't have to be brave forever. Just today. I showered slower than usual, letting the water calm my nerves. Every sensation felt sharper, like my body knew something important was about to happen. When I dried off and stood in front of the mirror, bare and exposed, doubt crept in. You can still back out. I didn't. Piece by piece, I became her again, more carefully this time, more confidently. The makeup went on smoother. My hands remembered what to do. The person in the mirror didn't surprise me anymore. She looked ready. I sat down at my desk and opened OBS. Title: Chill Weekend Stream 2 Hearts. No explanation. No announcement. My finger hovered over Go Live. What if they laugh? I whispered. What if they stay? Another part of me answered. I clicked it. The webcam turned on. For a moment, there were only a few viewers. Familiar usernames. Lurkers testing the water. I smiled, small, nervous, but I didn't hide. Hey, I said softly. Happy weekend. Chat paused. Then. Oh. Okay, wow. Is this permanent? You look really comfortable. Comfortable. That word hit harder than any compliment. As the stream went on, something shifted. I wasn't forcing reactions or pretending confidence. I laughed naturally. I leaned closer to the camera when I got excited. I forgot to be afraid. A new viewer joined. First time here, they typed. Love your vibe. My throat tightened. After the stream ended, I didn't rush to check. Instead, I grabbed my phone, stared at my reflection one more time, and made a decision that scared me more than going live ever had. I put on shoes. Stepping outside felt unreal. Every sound was louder. Every movement felt watched. I walked to the corner store, heart racing, shoulders tense, eyes fixed straight ahead. Then, hey, the cashier said casually. How's your day going? No stare. No pause. No suspicion. Good, I replied, and my voice didn't shake. When I stepped back outside, the air felt different. Lighter. Like I'd crossed an invisible line and the world hadn't ended. I smiled to myself. Because for the first time, I wasn't just experimenting online. I was existing. Weeks passed, and with each stream, I felt the walls around me crumbling, slowly, painfully, beautifully. What had started as secret exploration became a rhythm I couldn't ignore. The thrill of being her online gave me courage offline, too. I started small. A coffee shop across the street, just to test myself. Wig on, soft makeup, casual outfit. I ordered like any normal person, but inside, every heartbeat felt amplified. Each interaction was a test, a smile, a polite exchange, no judgment. Each successful step gave me permission to go further. By midweek, I tried a local arcade. The dim lights, the clatter of tokens, the hum of machines, it was perfect camouflage for my nerves. I walked in, shoulders back, chin slightly lifted, feeling a strange, intoxicating confidence. Someone complimented my hair. Another asked about my game console. My heart swelled. Not because of the attention, but because I wasn't hiding. I was noticed for me. Streaming nights became even more exhilarating. I tried different outfits, playful makeup, even experimented with voice inflections. Sometimes the chat called me cute, sometimes quirky, sometimes gamer girl. Each reaction sharpened my sense of self. My humor stayed intact, my sarcasm stayed intact. Nothing had changed except me being visible. I remember one night vividly. I logged in, camera angled to show my full setup and my new wig. I was jittery, more than usual, because I had a small surprise planned. "Hey guys," I said, "today I'm trying something new, let's see how this goes." Chat immediately lit up, new look. OMG, love it. Wow, confidence, yes. I laughed into the mic, genuinely, letting the sound echo in my room. My hands trembled, not from fear, but excitement. I realized this, the mixture of thrill and nervousness, it was addictive. I was addicted not to views or comments, but to feeling alive. Even outside the streams, small victories kept coming. I walked to the grocery store alone, outfit perfect, wig firm, makeup untouched. Some people glanced. Some smiled. Some didn't notice. And it didn't matter. I walked differently now, confidently, gently, like every step was a declaration. At home, I began recording short clips, practicing expressions, laughing at myself when things didn't look right. Every photo, every clip, every reflection became a mirror into my growth. I wasn't just learning to look like her, I was learning to feel like her. One evening, my phone buzzed with a private message, "You're inspiring." I didn't know I could do this either, but watching you makes me think I can. I stared at it, chest tight. The weight of fear, shame, and secrecy I'd carried for years, dissolving. Streaming as her wasn't a game anymore. It was a lifeline. A way to show the world the parts of myself I'd hidden, the parts I'd doubted, the parts one loved quietly in private. And that night, staring into my mirror with the soft glow of my lamp, I realized something. The fear hadn't disappeared. It lingered, quietly, like a shadow. But I didn't care anymore. Because the thrill, the joy, the me, was worth it. It all happened faster than I could process. Monday morning at work, I was walking in with my usual quiet rhythm, headphones slung around my neck, when a familiar voice stopped me cold. "Hey, wait." It was Raj, a co-worker I usually ignored. He held a phone in his hand, thumb hovering over the screen. My heart sank instantly. "Is this you?" he asked, voice hesitant. The phone displayed a clipped segment from my weekend stream. There I was, fully dressed, makeup perfect, laughing into my webcam. I froze. My mind raced, scrambling for excuses. Delete it. Say it's not me. Pretend you're sick. But the truth hung in the air heavier than any lie. "Yes," I said finally, voice tight. "Honest." Terrifying. He blinked, then smiled softly. "Honestly, I think it's awesome." Relief and panic collided in my chest. I wanted to cry. I wanted to run. I wanted to yell. I wanted to laugh. The day blurred. Every glance felt loaded. Every whisper in the hallway sounded like a verdict. I kept thinking, what if the rest of them find out? What if they judge me? What if I lose everything? Then, lunchtime. My phone buzzed again, chat notifications from last night's stream. Trolls, supportive messages, curiosity, all colliding in a chaotic digital storm. My fingers hovered over the reply button, but I hesitated. I had a choice: hide. Pretend nothing happened. Stay invisible. Or, embrace this new version of myself fully, even if it scared me. That evening, I walked into the apartment instead of my bedroom, headset off, makeup done, wig in place. I stared at the monitor, taking a deep breath, feeling the weight of the decision pressing on my shoulders. I clicked go live. The chat immediately noticed. Oh, she's back. Love the confidence. This is amazing. I didn't speak at first. Just let the moment stretch. My heart raced, palms sweaty, but my spine was straight. Then, softly, I said, I'm not hiding anymore. I can't. And I won't. If that makes you uncomfortable, I understand. But this is me. The chat slowed, then exploded with messages of support. Strangers, friends, old viewers, people I'd never imagined would understand, typed words that felt like blankets over the anxiety I'd carried for years. You're brave. Inspiring. Keep being you. Love this. At that moment, I realized something crucial. Fear would never completely vanish. Judgment would always exist. But the thrill of living honestly, publicly, authentically outweighed any anxiety, any shame, any risk. That night, when the stream ended, I didn't log off to hide. I stood before the mirror, chest tight with emotion, and whispered, I'm done pretending. I'm done hiding. I'm here. Fully. For the first time, the reflection staring back at me smiled in complete alignment with the person I'd finally allowed to exist. The weeks after that stream felt surreal. Every time I logged in, the chat welcomed me, not with surprise, not with judgment, but with recognition. They saw her. They saw me. And more importantly, they respected it. Offline, life shifted too. Small, quiet victories at first. Raj, the co-worker who discovered me, became a subtle ally. Other colleagues, sensing nothing to fear, started treating me differently, not because of who I appeared to be, but because of the confidence I carried, the authenticity I exuded. I started going out more. Lunches, cafes, even weekend markets, places I once avoided, now felt like stages for living my truth. Each compliment, each smile from strangers, felt like gentle reinforcement. You belong here. You are valid. Streaming evolved as well. What began as a soft experiment became a fully realized persona. I built a community, people who weren't just watching gameplay, but who wanted to be part of this journey. And for the first time, I didn't feel the crushing weight of secrecy. My streams weren't performances, they were extensions of who I was. One night, during a particularly long stream, someone typed, "You're inspiring. You've given me courage to be myself." My throat tightened. I leaned back in my chair, hand over my mouth, tears threatening. Years of hiding, fear, and self-doubt condensed into that single moment. I whispered softly, just to myself. I made it. And I had. The reflection in the monitor no longer startled me. She smiled confidently, warmly. I reached out, touching the glass like I was greeting an old friend. My fingers met her fingertips, and I felt the culmination of every secret practice, every timid outing, every hesitant stream. I wasn't just existing anymore. I was thriving. Fully, completely, unapologetically. That night, I realized the truth I'd been avoiding. Empowerment doesn't come from hiding or blending in. It comes from embracing your true self, letting the world see it, and standing tall no matter what they say. And for the first time, I knew, this journey wasn't just mine. It was a beacon for anyone afraid to step into the light of their own identity. Sitting here, looking at my reflection once more, I realized something simple but profound. Fear is a shadow. It follows you, whispers doubts, questions your worth. But courage? Courage is brighter. It pushes you forward, step by step, even when the world isn't ready to understand. If you're watching this and you've ever felt like you're living someone else's life, playing a role just to feel safe, I want you to know something. You are allowed to explore. You are allowed to stumble. You are allowed to discover a version of yourself that excites, scares, and empowers you all at once. The person you're meant to be isn't behind a mask. They are not waiting for approval. They are waiting for you to show up, even if it's just one small step at a time. I started as a gamer boy hiding behind a screen. I became her, fully, unapologetically, joyfully. And every moment of fear was worth it for the moments of freedom, confidence, and connection that followed. So go ahead. Take that step. Speak your truth. Be seen. Because when you finally do, you'll realize what I realized. There's no greater power than living as your true self.